on an all-new Dr. Phil. She claims her husband manipulated her into a postnup agreement.
I was bullied into signing this.
He accuses her of cheating.
When he left me, I did go on a date.
Why did she have to lie to me about it?
Well, why did you say you had 3 kids instead of 4?
I don't care if I'd ever see Michael again. He's really hurt my mom.
Are their kids taking sides?
Do your kids not like her?
They hate me.
She hates them.
That's not true. His daughter actually said, I don't know why you're married to him. He doesn't treat you very good. Did she say that?
No. But it sounds good on TV.
And if they do call it quits,
Do you want a divorce?
will the postnup hold up?
We don't have to fight about stuff.
Yeah, because I don't have anything. You have it all.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I'll try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Thank you very much. Okay, I have a question. What would you do if you met someone online, made a connection, and fell in love? Would you get married? Most people would. My guest Karie and Michael sure did, even though it was a third marriage for both of them.
When I first met Michael, I really believed I had met my Prince Charming.
The thing that first attracted me to it was the instant chemistry. It was kind of off the charts.
No hiccup, no hesitation, no prenup. They headed down the aisle. But then, 6 years into the marriage, Karie claims that Michael eventually dropped the bomb on her. And no, they weren't divorce papers. It's a postnuptial agreement that Michael had drafted. Take a look.
One day, Michael handed me some paperwork. I asked him, what is this? He said, this is a postnup, and you're going to sign it. I told him, I've heard of a prenup, but what is a postnuptial agreement? Michael said, if you don't do it, I'm going to leave you right here and now, and you're going to have nothing. I signed the postnup because he bullied me. Now I don't get any protection, whether I stay in my marriage or not. I feel like I was scammed and deceived by my husband.
She does have a high sense of insecurity. Karie tends to create issues where there's really not any issue. What Karie needs to know about the postnuptial agreement is, number one, it only applies if we get divorced. And number two, if she's fully committed in the relationship, then it's not an issue.
I live in constant fear of Michael leaving me. And I am not getting any younger. I'm not pretty. I just want this postnup to be thrown away.
Well, it only applies if you get a divorce. Of course it only applies if you get a divorce. Karie wants the postnup thrown out, but Michael says no way. Now she wishes she had paid attention to her Prince Charming's not-so-charming side.
I don't think the postnup should be tossed out. I wanted the postnuptial agreement because it's a contract that you both agree to, that you sign, that, how you're going to control, what happens in the case of a divorce. And we don't have to pay lawyers $350 an hour to figure it out for us. We've already figured it out for ourselves. Karie has not articulated specifically why she dislikes the postnuptial agreement. I think that part of it is that she wants me to have more skin in the game.
The postnup basically said his money would be his retirement, 100% would all be his. I would have access to nothing. And he was going to be smart this time and make sure that his third wife didn't do the same to him. When I first met Michael, I closed my eyes to any other red flags. Michael told me he was only married once before. Michael had been married twice before. Michael told me that he had 3 children. He actually had 4 children. With the postnup, I just feel more like a girlfriend, not a wife.
Okay, Karie, did you marry the person that you thought you were marrying?
I am scared to say the truth that no, I didn't. I didn't marry the person I thought. Why are you scared to say the truth? Because your guys are going to all think I'm crazy because I still want to stay married.
Well, I don't think it's crazy.
Almost immediately after we got married, red flags came up. But they came up after we got married.
Yeah. I made a list of red flags that you overlooked before. He lied about being a widower. Didn't you know that before you married him?
Yes, I did.
So he told you that his wife died.
Yes.
That's not true. He actually left her and took up with another woman.
Yes.
And you knew that before you married him?
I did.
Wasn't that kind of a red flag?
Yeah, it was a red flag. One that I missed.
Okay.
Was a red flag.
He lied about the number of kids he had. He said he had 3 kids, but he really had 4?
Yes, he had a 4th one with the second wife that I didn't know about.
But he just didn't mention it. Okay. He lied about cheating on his first wife.
Yeah.
And you knew that before you married him?
I did.
He lied about how he met his second wife.
Yes, he did.
How did he meet his second wife?
Well, they were both police officers, and she was on a call at the same time he went on a call, and he and her met that way. Well, I found out she couldn't have been on a call when he met her because she was on a disability and was not working.
And then
so the only way he could have met her on patrol was when he was still married to his first wife.
Okay.
I mean, it
So
didn't keep
timing was
ruckus.
important.
Yeah, the timing all came.
Okay, and then he was in a custody battle.
A huge custody battle.
And he forgot to tell you about that?
He did not tell me about that until after we got married. I mean, I had no idea the rabbit hole I had just fallen into.
Okay, so all of that notwithstanding, you still say that there's something here.
Yeah, I still love him. At the end of the
Okay.
day, I want to still be married to him.
Okay, and that's not just because you think there's no alternative.
Yeah.
Here was your answer.
Oh, did I do that?
Yeah.
Well, because I'm going to sound pathetic if I tell you that it's really because I'm old at this point. And the truth is, the prospect of getting married at my age again and the thought of having to do this all over again with someone else scares the heck out of me. And I don't want to do it again. So I'd rather just stay in the cesspool I'm in. And I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anyone to look at me and go, oh, that poor pathetic woman. It's just how I feel. And I can't change how I'm feeling. It's just how I feel. It's what I've accepted for myself right now.
What do you mean you can't change how you feel?
I can't change that I feel this way.
Well, maybe not by yourself, but...
Therapists have tried. Trust me.
I'm sorry?
Therapists have tried to tell me that I have the worst self-esteem they'd ever seen in a woman.
Well, I'm not
So I've already
just...
heard it.
Oh. Is that a dare?
We did see a marriage counselor, and the marriage counselor looked at both Michael and I and said to Michael, you're not good husband material. And he said to me, you need to leave him. And that was 3 years ago.
You've seen a therapist and a marriage counselor, and now you're in front of me saying that you can't be helped. Are you trying to insult me? Is that what it is? I'm not just a therapist and a marriage counselor, lady. I will whoop your ass if you keep talking like that. All right, look, we've heard Karie's side of the story. There are 2 sides to every story. Now we're going to hear from Michael, why he says he has a reason for drafting the postnup. We're going to hear what it is. We're going to put all of this on the table, and we're going to deal with that. After the break, here we go.
Michael started accusing me of cheating for no reason.
There's been times when I felt like I was cheated on.
He had a tracker on my phone and in my car, so he knew where I was 24 hours a day. I have never, ever cheated on Michael.
And later, your kids not like her?
Oh, they hate me.
She hates them.
You moved me into that house with your daughter. I wasn't allowed in the kitchen.
Baloney.
Because I had to go upstairs.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Did you put your daughter in a garbage bag, put weights in the garbage bag, and try to drown her in a bathtub?
Yes, sir.
An ex-wife's shocking accusations.
You say that he poisoned your daughter's ice cream, but you did not take her to the emergency room.
I didn't.
A bitter custody battle.
My kids tell me I have a bruise, and my mommy said that you put it there.
I am not coaching my daughters to lie.
Our producer set 3 wake-up calls for you this morning, and you blame your monster kids for being late.
Oh, no, it wasn't their fault, no.
I know it's not their fault. I'm curious that you don't know it's not their fault.
That's Monday.
Karie says she was 6 years into her 8-year marriage when her husband, Michael, hit her with what she feels was the unthinkable. A postnup contract that she claims leaves her without financial support if they remain married, or flat broke if they ever get divorced. The question is, why would her husband draft a postnup for her to sign so many years after getting married? Michael says he had some real reasons not to trust Karie.
Michael went from being my Prince Charming to being very controlling and very jealous. He started accusing me of cheating for no reason.
There's been times when I felt like I was cheated on.
Michael claims he has evidence of me cheating. He told me that he had a photo of me kissing another man. When Michael showed me the picture, it was a picture of my ex-husband and I kissing on our honeymoon.
Once I checked on the computer and she had been on a dating website. I saw that she had 2 other dates set up.
We were separated. I had never met this man, and I have never, ever cheated on Michael.
She betrayed me.
I think Michael's paranoid. I found out he had a tracker on my phone and in my car, so he knew where I was 24 hours a day.
I think because of her insecurities, she always accuses me of cheating. She accuses me of doing something that I've caught her doing.
Michael knows I'm not a cheater. Michael uses this as a way to control me.
All right, Michael, welcome.
Well,
So you've been married 8 years.
correct.
What triggered the postnup?
You know, I found some things that I thought was unsettling. I didn't think she was being honest with me. And it elevated the probability of a divorce. And I didn't want to do a battle.
Can you tell the truth? How much more money do you make than I? And not that I want to make this about money, because I don't. But let's be honest, Michael.
One of the issues that came up, especially when we litigated it, was that when the postnup was signed, it anticipated that she would be working full-time. Well, she doesn't work full-time now.
Who anticipated that?
Well, I did.
You wanted to get in there and get an agreement in place in the event that you did go to divorce.
Exactly. We have an agreement, so going forward in our relationship, that we don't have to fight. If we decide to end our relationship, we don't have to fight about stuff.
Yeah, because I don't have anything. You have it all. You came to me and you said, Karie, you can write anything you want in the postnup, and it will be honored, and it will be, I promise I'll do it, and I'll even notarize it. Be honest, Michael, because you led me to believe that you were going to honor all my handwritten parts to it.
You litigated it. The court decided that was unenforceable.
I feel like I was bullied into signing this.
I want to see what we're talking about here. This is the postnuptial agreement. You know, a lot of folks are married, and this is educational for them. 4.1.3, after the marriage, the income from separate property remains separate property. So it means whatever you owned and whatever she owned remains separate.
Correct.
Okay. Then 4.2, the parties agree the property described in A shall remain the sole and separate property of Karie, and B shall remain the sole and separate property of Michael. So you all listed out different things you owned. The parties agree that all rents, issues, profits, appreciation, increases in value of property shall remain the separate property owner of that property. And your point is this is virtually all Michael's, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So out of this postnup, you gained and granted virtually nothing.
Correct.
Okay. And then you came and said, I wanted to add some things
Well, actually,
in here.
he came to me and said, you can add stuff to it, too, honey. You can put whatever you want in it, and it will be honored.
Okay. And you said you signed this in a hot car with him threatening you to leave you. Okay, then here's what you added. You said Michael agrees he will not file for divorce from his wife, Karie, starting on this day. And if he files for divorce, this postnup will be voided and will not be effective. And you also said that if you are caught cheating with another man, defined as any romantic contact with another man, including emails, texts, phones, virtually anything, what you're adding here will be void.
Yes.
Okay. Michael has asked his wife, Karie, to marry him in a specific church, and Michael agrees to do that. He agrees he will share all of his contact with his ex-wife, with Karie. He agrees that he will not see this ex-wife without telling you. And if any of these agreements are violated in the letter, as of September 6th, the postmarital agreement will not be effective. And Michael signed that. Now, you then went to court, and the judge said these are basically social issues, so they're not legal issues, but they're issues you agreed to.
Sure.
Yeah. Karie adamantly denies she has been cheating this whole time on Michael, but Michael claims he has proof. We're going to talk about that when we come back. He says that he caught you cheating. Did you go on a date?
I did go on a date.
Why did she have to lie to me about it?
Well, why did you say you had 3 kids instead of 4? And later...
I don't know why you're doing this.
Because you're the one who claimed honesty.
No, but it makes better television.
Well, I'm not trying to make better television. I'm trying to make this marriage work.
This November, the shocking stories that made headlines. A surrogate mom scam. She faked her pregnancies.
After 5 months, I'm told there is no baby.
How long do I have to be punished for this?
You destroyed our lives.
I am very in love with Kit Moore.
She's already married,
She wanted a divorce.
but obsessed with a country star.
He signed your back.
I got it tattooed.
You're serving your husband with a restraining order, and you've got "Marry Me, Kit Moore" painted on your window? What are you, 12?
They survived a house of horrors.
Locks on the refrigerator, blood splattered on a wall.
The children speak out for the first time.
You found some guns?
Yeah, we were going to go inside and kill all of them.
This is the month
Did he kidnap your daughter?
He did. No.
where anything can happen.
She asked me to come get her.
You're lying.
I'm lying? Why don't you shut the hell up? I'm not going to shut my mouth. If I didn't think I'd go to jail for it, I would go across this 3 feet of floor right here, and I'd take his damn head off.
We're talking today to a couple who has been at a crossroads for several years as to whether they should stay together or split ways. Now, during the break, did I hear you asking him, "You're not getting mad at me, are you?"
Yes, you heard that. I don't want him to be mad at me. And now he's probably mad at me.
This is just part of the dynamic that we have in our relationship.
She says that she felt bullied into this postnuptial agreement, and you say that you recognize that she's insecure. Do you feel, as her husband, that you have any duty of stewardship to help her with that and make certain that you don't exploit that or take advantage of that?
Sure.
Did you recognize that she felt threatened when this postnup was done?
Well, yeah, she got caught.
She got caught cheating?
Sure.
Can we really talk about that, please? I want this out there.
Okay. Well, yes, because on December 18th of 13, Michael represented to the court under penalty of perjury that he and Karie had been physically separated since March 25th of 11. and that they were sleeping separately. But yet, he says that during that time, he says they were separated, that they were sleeping separately, but yet he says that during that time, he caught you cheating by being on a website and interacting with another man.
He packed his bags and he moved out. And he moved out with his daughter, who was right behind him clapping.
Were you cheating?
When I define cheating, I define it as a romantic relationship with someone, having feelings for someone other than your husband. I never had that. When he left me, I felt the lowest form of human that I could feel. And I wanted somebody to say to me, you know what? You're okay, you're all right. I think you're okay, I would date you. And so, yeah, I went on the internet because as far as I was concerned, we were no longer in a relationship. But I did feel like we were done.
Did you go on a date?
I did go on a date.
Uh-huh. And did you talk to someone? You interacted with somebody?
Yes. On a friendly manner. In fact, Michael downloaded all my stuff on my computer because he does forensic stuff. So he came to my house and he downloaded everything, and he found 2 emails that show me talking to someone. And in those emails, I think they were innocent.
And at this time,
if he feels I was cheating, he should have came to me and said, here's my evidence. I downloaded all your stuff, so I know exactly who you've been talking to. And if that's what he found on my computer after he downloaded everything, you know what? I think I'm pretty dang nice.
So there was no romantic involvement?
No.
You were not intimate with someone else?
Never.
You didn't sleep with anybody else?
No, didn't even kiss anyone else.
You didn't kiss anybody?
If you want to put me up to a lie detector test and ask me, I will be so happy to do it. I will be ecstatic to do a lie detector test. That I have never had romantic feelings for anyone but this guy right here since I've been married to him. And
And what do you say about all of this?
What part?
Had you packed up and left?
We were separated, and if she wanted to date,
Wait, he asked you something specific.
I know, I understand that.
Did you pack up and leave me?
Yes.
So it was more than just separate.
The issue isn't so much that, you know, if she wanted to date, the issue for me was that she should be honest about it. You know, she didn't have to lie to me to go on these dates. Why did she lie to me?
I didn't feel at that point it was any more of your business.
But lying about
it. That's kind of a mini focus group. No, seriously, if you pack up and leave, don't you leave your rights of her accountability behind you?
Absolutely.
So why does she have to be accountable to you if you pack up and leave?
There's a difference between accountability and deception. Why did she have to deceive me about it? Why can't she just be like what she is right now and just tell me about it? Why did she have to lie to me about it?
Well, why did you say you had 3 kids instead of 4? Do your kids not like her?
Oh, they hate me.
She hates them.
I don't hate them. You made a division in this family, and it's hurtful. And you made it worse by adding a postnup to it.
She feels that there are things that she's learned about you since you got married that she didn't know fully when she married you.
I didn't know you were in a huge battle with your ex-wife. I didn't know that you guys...
It wasn't a huge battle.
Oh, my word. She was accusing your family of horrible things, Michael. That's a huge battle. I was shocked when I read the court papers. Then she got escalated when I came aboard. It just, all of a sudden I got sucked into the whirlpool of crazy from you and her.
I don't want any more battles. I fought enough.
What battles? People who love each other jump in the trenches together, and they fight together.
But you don't have to jump into a trench if there's not a battle. Why does it have to be a battle?
She says there were some red flags she overlooked before she got married to you. She says, this is her perception, she says you lied about being a widower. She said you lied about having 3 kids when you had 4. She said you lied about cheating on your first wife. She lied about how you met your second wife, and lied about being in this huge custody battle.
None of that's true. It's just her excuse. She knew I had 4 kids. I never said I was a widower, ever. She knew exactly.
In the profile area, maybe you accidentally clicked widower.
That's not true.
Because that's what I remember reading and thinking, wow, right, no ex-wife.
That is absolutely not true. Absolutely not
I'm sorry. If that's not what I saw, I'm sorry.
No, but it makes better television.
Well, I'm not trying to make better television. I'm trying to make this marriage. I'm not trying, honey. I'm really not. I'm trying to make this marriage work. All I'm trying to say is, Michael, there's times you're not always honest with me. But I'm willing to say, you know what? Let's just move on from it, and let's respect each other and love each other. There's no bad guy here. I'm not here to make any entertainment. I'm here to say, Michael, let's just love each other. Let's have your kids and my kids all come together and just become a family and enjoy each other like families are supposed to do. You don't even let me around your children. You made a division in this family, and it's hurtful. And you made it worse by adding a postnup to it.
Your kids not like her?
Oh, they hate me.
She hates them.
I don't hate them.
They don't like her and she doesn't like them?
Correct. They fight. The last 2 times she's been together with my kids, they fought. Big, huge fights.
That's not true. His daughter actually said, I don't know why you're married to him. He doesn't treat you very good, so I don't know why you're... Did she say that?
No.
Oh. We sat on the bed when
But it sounds good on TV.
What do you mean sounds good on TV? What's your...
You know, I mean exactly that.
I don't understand.
This is not a therapy session.
No, it's not.
You know, and these are things that I've heard her say over and over and over again. These things are not new to me.
What if, in hearing the 2 of you go back and forth, it's just possible that I might have a point of view that might be a strategy that brought some increased likelihood of peace and happiness to this situation? I mean, what if that was the case? I mean, you're saying, oh, it makes good television. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're just not exactly a ratings grab. I hate to disappoint you.
I don't think I am. I'm the bad guy here.
That's not what this is about. This is about we can some kind of way come up with a strategy that everybody could live with.
Of course I'd be interested.
Let's take a break. Karie and Michael do agree on one thing, that it was impossible living with the other's children. We'll hear what Karie's children have to say next, and then I want to make a few suggestions. We'll be right back.
When I first met Michael, I thought he was a stalker and a weirdo.
I don't really consider him as like my stepdad.
I don't care if I'd ever see Michael again. He's really hurt my mom.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil, she claims her ex.
You say he poisoned your daughter's ice cream.
Is tormenting their children.
Did you put your daughter in a garbage bag and try to drown her in a bathtub?
No, sir.
That's Monday.
Karie claims her husband, Michael, threatened to leave her if she didn't sign a postnuptial agreement. Michael says he needed the postnup as protection after he allegedly discovered her cheating. Now, Karie's daughter, Kristina, and son, Eric, say they're not surprised that their mother was blindsided by Michael, given their stepfather's pattern of manipulation.
When When I first met Michael, I thought he was a stalker and a weirdo.
I don't really consider him as like my stepdad, just my mom's husband.
Instead of coming over and knocking on the door, he'd come and knock on the window. I thought that was really creepy and bizarre.
Kristina doesn't care for me. I'm not sure I understand why there's such a high level of animosity.
I described him as manipulating, controlling, a little bit sketchy.
Michael in the past has bullied my children.
Years ago, when my younger brother Eric was a teenager, Michael would punch him in the stomach.
Because I'm really just a kid. What adult or man, for that matter, punches a kid?
Michael even put my brother Alex in jail. Michael and Alex got into an argument and it got physical. The police arrested Alex and Alex spent 6 months in jail. When I heard about the Postnup, I got really upset with my mom. Michael bullied her into doing so.
I really do think the whole thing is nonsense.
I don't care if I'd ever see Michael again. He's really hurt my mom.
Okay, guys, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here to weigh in. You say you think he's manipulative and is not being fair to your mom.
I've seen her cry and upset just too much over a marriage, and you should be happy with the person you're with, and she's not, and it pains us to see.
I mean, look what she was saying about herself, about her low self-esteem. And you know, as a man, you should uplift your wife all the time. Tell her she's beautiful. Take her out. Make her feel special. She should never be saying those things about herself.
When you got married, you said there was a secret house you didn't know about, and you weren't allowed to come into your house?
I'll refresh your memory. You and your daughter moved into a house together, and you told me I couldn't know where it was. Remember? And I moved into an apartment, and you said you cannot come over when she's here. You're not allowed here. And for the first long period of time, you wouldn't even tell me where it was. And then I came to you, and I said, Michael, I lost my job. I need a place to live. And you said, well, the only way you can come here is if I sneak you in at night after my daughter goes to bed, because she can't know you're here.
That's ridiculous.
Michael,
why would you say that?
Did that happen?
No. Why? That's ridiculous. Why would you say that?
I remember my mom telling me that happened.
Michael, then how can we fix this if you can't be honest?
That's not true.
What is true?
What is true is that she did lose her job, and then I got into a different house that was bigger, had more bedrooms, and I went and I got her stuff. I packed it in the trailer by myself, all of her furniture by myself, and I moved it into the new place.
And tell him, okay, let's use that example. Tell Dr. Phil what you told me when you moved me into that house with your daughter.
Not to battle with her.
No, you didn't say not to battle. You said
I asked you not to
go
get into
right
fight with
upstairs.
her.
Don't
no, I did not.
confront her. Don't
I
come
never
downstairs.
said that.
For the first 6 months, I wasn't allowed in the kitchen.
Baloney.
I literally lived upstairs the entire time.
I don't know why you're doing this.
It's the whole reason
why
I
are you
went and bought
creating
my
this
house.
stuff?
Because you're the one who claimed honesty.
But what you're saying is not true. I don't understand why you're doing it.
Out of the 8 years that you've been married, how much time have y'all actually lived together in the same place?
Would you say about a year?
Half of it.
Does that seem unusual?
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael, in my opinion, is the luckiest married guy you'll ever want to meet. He has his own life. He has his own place. He has a great life. He comes and goes however he wants. I can't question him. Any conflict that I bring to the table, and the biggest one is, why don't your kids like me? So let's put our family together and find out why these kids are acting this way, and let's fix it.
Well, boy, that wouldn't be the place to start. Trust me, blending the families when everybody's an adult is not required. Karie says Michael told her the Postnup had to focus on assets in order to be legally binding. Is that even true? We're going to find out when we come back.
Stay with Michael because I really do love him. What I want is Michael and I to become more mature and more loving towards each other.
In an ideal world, I see Karie and I working our way through the problem that we have now. Because of her insecurity, she doesn't hear that I want to be with her for the rest of our lives.
Do you need Dr. Phil's help? Text Phil to 88500 and share your story for a chance to appear on the show. Standard message and data rates may apply.
in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL.
Michael wants it both ways. He wants to be a single guy who can do whatever he wants, but he wants to be married to have the perks of having a relationship with a woman. When I think about what he's doing, I wish he could see how hurtful he has been towards me, because I'm not a girlfriend. I'm his wife.
I want to add to the conversation estate planning attorney Ann Margaret Carrozza. One of the focuses in her practice is estate planning, which includes postnuptial agreements. Ann Margaret, there are conditions by which these things have to come into play to be enforceable. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, there are a lot of problems with this postnuptial agreement. I found the asset disclosure that I saw a little questionable. You mentioned that Michael has a plane. I didn't see that on the asset disclosure. You claimed that you were under duress from what you told the producers. So the main part of the document is very clearly numbered and lettered, and it says if any part of this is unenforceable, the rest of it will remain in effect. So with your add-ons, I kind of saw what you were trying to accomplish there, and your add-on spoke to the relationship and where you wanted to go and what you wanted to build together. And I thought that was great, but the way you went about it wasn't that good. So you started with, if you file for divorce, there is no postnup. That's illogical.
Didn't hear from Michael. I was a consultant, an attorney. He was pretty crummy, huh? Well, because he didn't exist.
Well, so you start basically by saying, if you get a divorce, there is no contract. That's a non-starter. And because all of your other clauses were kind of tied together, when one loop on the sweater pulled, you lost the entire thing. I would really recommend that you revisit the main part of that postnup, and you should have things that you want in that agreement as well. You can do it, but it has to be done the right way.
Would you be willing to do that?
I'm not sure I understand what she's talking about. I think she's saying that you want to incorporate some of your things into the main body of the agreement. So basically rewrite the agreement. Is that what I'm hearing?
Redo the postnup?
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, I'll consider it. Sure, that's no problem.
Yay!
If this proceeds to divorce, is it your legal opinion that that postnup is enforceable, or is it vulnerable to challenge?
It's my very strong opinion, Karie, that if you have a good attorney, the postnup is out the window.
And you would say that because?
I would say that because she was under duress. I would say that because the asset disclosure was problematic and she was not, in fact, represented adequately by counsel. Any one of those three things alone could void the agreement. You have all three. It's done.
Karie and Michael have a decision to make in 4 days. We'll be right back. Closed captioning provided by
Marie Callender starts turkey dinner by singing turkey breast perfection so that you can time on what really matters. Marie Callender's.
To get real? Go to drphil.com for advice on relationships, parenting, finances, and more. Plus, weigh in on your favorite episodes, share your stories, and find support in the Dr. Phil community. When you sign up for the community, you will automatically be subscribed to the Dr. Phil Show newsletter. Log on to drphil.com today. Well, you two have a hearing coming up in 4 days. It's with regard to divorce proceedings?
Yeah, she filed for divorce.
And do you want a divorce? Do you want a divorce?
No, I don't want a divorce.
Do you want a divorce?
No.
And you promise you don't want a divorce?
Sure.
You know, look, do you believe that this marriage is dysfunctional?
Yes. Yes.
Do you think it is?
Sure, it has a lot of problems.
I've found that there is a formula for a successful relationship, and the formula is this. The quality of a relationship is a function of the extent to which it is first based on a solid underlying friendship. And then it's a quality of the extent to which it meets the needs of the two people involved. So that means you have to figure out what his needs are, and you have to make an effort to meet those needs to the extent that they're healthy. And you have to figure out what her needs are, and then you got to get busy meeting those needs. And so what happens? We've got two people working to come together, but you've got to figure out what each other's needs are. This stuff about blending the two families ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Doesn't mean there can't be a détente, doesn't mean that you can't decide that you're going to be cordial. And if you allow your children to disrespect your partner, then you're not being much of a partner. You got to be loyal to your partner. It begins with that. And I am absolutely willing to hand-pick a counselor that will help you broker and apply this formula that I'm talking about. And if you want to do that, I'm happy to do that. It just is our gift to you two. And you can talk about that and decide if you want to do it. But I'm telling you, it starts with that formula, and you can move forward with that. So I hope you'll at least give it 90 days to see if that works out. Because when you get divorced, all you're doing is changing one set of problems for a new set of problems.
Thank you.
That doesn't mean that you're over with. It just means you're just changing problems. I want to thank all of my guests today. A special thanks to estate planning attorney Ann Margaret Carrozza. Thank you so much for your help. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.